Every action of giving creates an opposite action of receiving, and what you receive is always equal to what you've given. Whatever you give out in life must return to you. It is the physics and the mathematics of the universe. Give positivity, you receive back positivity. Give negativity, you receive back negativity. Life doesn't just happen to you, you receive everything in your life based on what you've given. You are creating your life with your thoughts and your feelings. Give positive thoughts and feelings, and you will change your entire life. Whatever you want in your life, you want it because you love it. Most people think and talk about what they don't love more than they think and talk about what they love. They give out more negativity than love, and in doing so they are inadvertently depriving themselves of all the good things in life. It is impossible to have a great life without love. When you talk about any difficulties with a relationship, you are not talking about what you love. You have to talk about what you love to bring what you love to you. To have a great life, break the bars of the cage that is jailing you, give love, talk only about what you love, and love will set you free. Nothing is impossible for the force of love. No matter who you are, no matter what situation you may be facing, the force of love can set you free. There was a woman who through love alone broke the bars that caged her. She had been left in poverty and faced with bringing up her children by herself after 20 years of an abusive marriage. Despite the extreme hardship she faced, this woman never allowed resentment, anger, or any ill feeling to take root inside her. She never talked negatively about her ex-husband, but instead gave only positive thoughts and words about her dream of a new perfect, beautiful husband and her dream of traveling to Europe. Even though she had no money to travel, she applied for and got a passport and bought small items she would need on her dream trip to Europe. Well, she did meet her perfect and beautiful new husband. And after marrying, they moved to her husband's home in Spain overlooking the ocean, where she now lives in happiness. This woman refused to talk about what she didn't love, but instead chose to give love and think and talk about what she loved, and in doing so, she set herself free from hardship and suffering and received a beautiful life. You can change your life because you have an unlimited ability to think and talk about what you love, and so you have an unlimited ability to bring everything good in life to you. Your thoughts and words have no power at all in your life without your feelings. You think so many thoughts in a day that don't amount to anything because many of your thoughts don't elicit a strong feeling within you. It's what you feel that matters. Imagine your thoughts and words as being like a rocket ship and your feelings as the fuel. A rocket ship is a stationary vehicle that can't do anything without fuel because the fuel is the power that lifts the rocket ship. It's the same with your thoughts and words. Your thoughts and words are vehicles that can't do anything without your feelings because your feelings are the power of your thoughts and words. Like everything else in life, your feelings can be either positive or negative. You have good feelings or bad feelings. All good feelings come from love. And all negative feelings come from a lack of love. The better you feel, like when you feel joyful, the more love you give out. And the more love you give, the more you receive. Whatever you want in your life, you want it because you love it and because it will make you feel good. Whatever you don't want in your life you don't want because it will make you feel bad. You want happy relationships because they make you feel good and everything in the universe is magnetic and everything has a magnetic frequency. Your feelings and thoughts have magnetic frequencies too. Good feelings mean you're on a positive frequency of love. Bad feelings mean you're on a negative frequency. Whatever you feel, whether good or bad, determines your frequency, and like a magnet you attract the people, events, and circumstances that are on the same frequency. If you are feeling enthusiastic, your frequency of enthusiasm will attract enthusiastic people, situations, and events. If you are feeling fearful, your frequency of fear will attract fearful people, situations, and events to you. You are never left in any doubt about the frequency you're on because your frequency is always exactly whatever you're feeling. You can change your frequency at any time by changing how you feel, and everything around you will change because you're on a new frequency. A relationship can be on a happy, joyful, exciting, satisfying, and every good feeling frequency. A relationship can also be on a boring, frustrating, worrisome, resentful, depressing, and every bad feeling frequency. Any outcome of that relationship can happen. And the way you feel determines exactly what will happen in that relationship. Whatever feeling you are giving about the relationship is exactly what you will receive back in the relationship. If you're feeling joyful about the relationship most of the time, you're giving love, and you must receive love and joy back through that relationship because that's the frequency you're on. When you change the way you feel about a situation, you are giving a different feeling, you're on a different feeling frequency, and the situation must change to mirror your new frequency. If something negative has happened in your life, you can change it. It is never too late because you can always change the way you feel. To receive what you would love, to change anything into what you would love, no matter what the subject, all it takes is changing the way you feel. Many people don't know about the power of good feelings, and so their feelings are reactions or responses to what happens to them. They have put their feelings on automatic pilot instead of deliberately taking charge of them. When something good happens, they feel good. When something bad happens, they feel bad. They don't realize that their feelings are the cause of what is happening to them. As they react with negative feelings to something that has happened, they give out more negative feelings and they receive back more negative circumstances. They become trapped in a cycle by their own feelings. Their life goes around and around in circles, not getting anywhere, like a hamster on a wheel, because they don't realize that to change their life, they must change their feeling frequency. Every single second is an opportunity to change your life, because in any moment you can change the way you feel. It doesn't matter what you have felt before. It doesn't matter what mistakes you think you may have made. When you change the way you feel, you are on a different frequency, and the law of attraction responds instantaneously. When you change the way you feel, the past has gone. When you change the way you feel, your life changes. You can have whatever you love and want, but you have to harmonize with love, and that means there are no excuses for not giving love. Excuses and justifications prevent you from receiving everything you want. They prevent you from having an amazing life. If you give more than 50% positive thoughts and feelings instead of negative, you have reached a tipping point. Even if you just give 51% good thoughts and good feelings, you have tipped the scales of your life. And here's the reason why. When you give love, it not only comes back to you as positive circumstances that you love, but as it comes back, it adds even more love and positivity to your life. The new positivity then attracts more positive things, adding even more love and positivity to your life, and so it continues. Everything is magnetic, and when something good comes to you, it magnetically attracts more good things. Now I share 3 steps to get your ex back within 7. First step is imagine. Use your mind to focus on and imagine what you desire. Imagine yourself being with your desire. Imagine yourself doing things with your desire. Imagine yourself having your desire. What that means for you and your life is that whatever you can imagine for yourself and your life already exists. It's impossible for you to imagine anything that doesn't exist. Imagine your life the way you want it to be. Imagine everything you want. Take your imagination with you every day and imagine what it would be like if your relationships were all wonderful. If there is something negative in your life and you want to change it, the process is the same. Give love by imagining and feeling that you have what you want. Second step is feel. At the same time as you imagine, you must feel love for what you're imagining. You must imagine and feel being with your desire. You must imagine and feel doing things with your desire. You must imagine and feel having your desire. Your imagination connects you to what you want. Your desire and feelings of love create the magnetism, the magnetic power, drawing your desire to you. Remember that anything negative is a lack of love, and so you have to imagine the opposite of the negative situation, because its opposite is love. You don't need to think about what you want to change. All you have to do is give love for what you want, and the force of love will replace the negativity for you. When you see a happy couple madly in love, and you desperately want a partner in your life, life is presenting the happy couple to you, for you to choose. But if you feel sad or lonely, when you see the happy couple, you just gave out negativity and in effect said, I want to be sad and lonely. You have to give love for what you want. You are creating the story of your life, so what story are you telling about yourself? Do you believe there are things you can and cannot do? Is that the story you are telling about yourself? Because that story is not true. Don't listen if someone says you are less than anyone else. Don't listen if someone says you are limited in any way. Don't listen if someone says you can't do what you love to do and earn a living from it. Don't listen if someone says you are not as valuable and worthy as the greatest human beings who have lived. Don't listen if someone says you are not good enough now and you have to prove yourself in life. Don't listen if someone says you can't have what you love, or do what you love, or be what you love. If you believe it, you put limits on yourself, but more importantly, it is not true. There is not a single thing that is too good for you or too good to be true. Third step is receive. The force of love will work through the visible and invisible forces of nature to bring what you desire to you. It will use circumstances, events, and people to give what you love to you. Whatever you desire, you must want it with all your heart. Desire is love, and unless you have a burning desire in your heart, you will not have enough power to harness the force of love. You must desire what you want with all your heart, because desire is a feeling of love, and you must give love to receive what you love. Giving love is the law that applies to everything in your life. And giving love is the law of relationships. The force of love doesn't care whether you know someone or not, whether a person is a friend or foe, a loved one or a complete stranger. The force of love doesn't care if you're encountering a work colleague, boss, parent, child, student, or a person serving you in a store. With every single person you come into contact with, you are either giving love or you're not. And what you give is what you will receive. Relationships are your biggest channel to give love, and so you can change your entire life just through the love you give in your relationships. At the same time though, relationships can be your biggest downfall because they are often your biggest excuse for not giving love. Some people think a relationship is either good or bad because of the other person, but life doesn't happen that way. You can't say to the force of love, I will give love only when the other person gives it to me. You can't receive anything in life unless you give it first. Whatever you give, you receive, so it's not about the other person at all, it's all about you. It's all about what you are giving and what you are feeling. You can change any relationship right now by looking for the things you love, appreciate, and are grateful for in that person. When you make a deliberate effort to look for the things you love more than you notice negative things, a miracle will take place. It will appear to you as though something incredible has happened to the other person. But it's the force of love that is incredible because it dissolves negativity, including negativity in relationships. All you have to do is harness the force of love by looking for the things you love in the person, and everything will change in the relationship. Now here is the tricky bit with giving love in relationships, and it's the one thing that has prevented many from receiving the life they deserve. It's only tricky because people have misunderstood what it means to give love to others. To be very clear about what it means to give love to others, you need to understand what it means not to give love to others. Trying to change another person is not giving love. Thinking you know what is best for another person is that giving love. Thinking you are right and another person is wrong is not giving love. Criticizing, blaming, complaining, nagging, or finding fault with another person is not giving love. Giving love to other people does not mean you let people walk all over you or abuse you in any way, because that's not giving love either. Allowing another person to use you doesn't help that person, and it surely doesn't help you. Love is tough, and we learn and grow through its law, and as part of that learning we experience consequences. So it is not love to allow another person to use or abuse you. The answer is, get yourself onto the highest frequency of good feelings that you can, and the force of love will resolve the situation for you. When you are on a feeling frequency of love, then only people who are on the same feeling frequency as you are can come into your life. Love is the solution and the answer to every relationship. You can never improve a relationship with negativity. Notice the things you love, make lists of the things you love, talk about the things you love, and turn away from the things you don't love. Imagine having the perfect relationship, imagine it at the highest level you can, and feel having it with all your heart. If you find it difficult to feel good about a relationship, then love everything else around you and just stop noticing the negative things in the relationship. Love can do anything for you. All you have to do is give love by feeling good, and any negativity in your relationships will fade away. Whenever you are faced with a negative situation in a relationship, the solution is always love. You won't know how it will be solved, and you can never know how, but if you maintain feeling good and give love, it will happen. Your ex will come back to you with a strong bonding, and your relationship will become more stronger. So give love to receive love, give love to get your ex back. Try this 3-step for 7 days in a row and get your ex